Join me as I dive deep into the Deadpool and Wolverine post-credit scene to uncover all the hidden details you might have missed. Post-credit scenes have become a staple in superhero films, offering a glimpse into the future of the cinematic universe. But when you throw Deadpool and Wolverine into the mix, things get particularly exciting. Their dynamic is unlike any other superhero duo, and their post-credit scene is no exception. It's a moment that has left fans buzzing, and today we're going to dissect it and uncover all the hidden details you might have missed. One of the most interesting things about this post-credit scene is how it subverts our expectations. We're used to seeing these scenes set the stage for future movies, but this one takes a different approach. Instead of giving us a clear direction, it raises more questions than answers. It's a bold move, and one that has sparked a lot of debate among fans. As we delve deeper into the scene, it's clear that there's more to it than initially meets the eye. At first glance, it seems like a fun, light-hearted moment between two beloved characters. But as we examine it closer, we start to uncover some fascinating details. From the subtle nods to comic book lore to the hints at a larger storyline, there's a lot to unpack here. Some fans have been quick to dismiss this post-credit scene as simply a fun Easter egg, but I think that's selling it short. There's a richness to this moment that rewards closer examination. By looking at the characters' actions, the setting, and the dialogue, we can start to piece together a larger narrative. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. One of the biggest misconceptions about this post-credit scene is that it's just a throwaway moment. But I think that's far from the truth. Instead, it's a deliberate choice that speaks to the character's motivations and backstory. By exploring these elements, we can gain a deeper understanding of what's happening and why it matters. Another misconception is that this scene is purely comedic. While it's certainly amusing, there's a lot of depth to it as well. It's a moment that balances humor and heart, giving us a glimpse into the characters' personalities and relationships. And that's what makes it so compelling. As we continue to break down this post-credit scene, we'll explore the different theories surrounding it. From the possibility of a new X-Force team to the implications for the larger MCU, there's a lot of speculation about what this moment means. And while we may not have all the answers, we can certainly explore the possibilities. One of the most intriguing aspects of this scene is its connection to comic book lore. By referencing specific storylines and characters, the filmmakers are able to add depth and context to the moment. It's a nod to the source material that rewards fans who are familiar with the comics. At the same time, this post-credit scene also feels like a departure from the comics. It takes the characters in a new and unexpected direction, one that's both exciting and unpredictable. And that's what makes it so compelling. It's a fresh take on familiar characters. As we analyze the specific elements in the post-credit scene, we'll look at the characters' actions and dialogue. We'll examine the setting and the nods to comic book lore. And we'll explore how all of these elements come together to create a moment that's both surprising and satisfying. One of the most striking things about this scene is its sense of energy. It's a moment that crackles with life, thanks to the chemistry between the two leads. They play off each other perfectly, creating a dynamic that's both funny and heartfelt. As we delve deeper into the scene, we'll also look at the themes that are at play. From the idea of found family to the power of friendship, there's a lot of emotional resonance here. And that's what makes this moment so compelling. It speaks to something deeper and more meaningful. In many ways, this post-credit scene feels like a love letter to the fans. It's a moment that's designed to reward our loyalty and enthusiasm, giving us a glimpse into a world that's full of possibility and excitement. At the same time, it's also a moment that's deeply connected to the characters' emotional journeys. It's a scene that speaks to their hopes and fears, their desires and motivations. And that's what makes it so powerful. It's a moment that resonates on a deeper level. As we continue to explore this post-credit scene, we'll examine the different ways it could play out in future movies. From the possibility of a new X-Force team to the implications for the larger MCU, there's a lot to consider. One of the most exciting things about this scene is its potential for future storylines. It opens up a whole range of possibilities, from solo movies to team-up films. And that's what makes it so compelling. It's a moment that feels full of possibility and promise. As we move forward, it's clear that this post-credit scene is going to have a lasting impact on the franchise. It's a moment that will be remembered for years to come, and one that will continue to inspire and delight fans. In many ways, this post-credit scene is the perfect distillation of the Deadpool and Wolverine dynamic. It's a moment that's equal parts humor and heart, action and emotion. And that's what makes it so compelling. It's a scene that feels deeply true to the characters. As we near the end of our examination of this post-credit scene, it's clear that there's still a lot to uncover. There are hints and clues, nods to comic book lore and character backstories. And that's what makes it so fascinating. It's a moment that rewards close attention and scrutiny. In conclusion, this post-credit scene is a masterclass in how to do superhero storytelling right. It's a moment that's both surprising and satisfying, funny and heartfelt. And that's what makes it so compelling. It's a scene that feels full of possibility and promise. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the Deadpool and Wolverine post-credit scene. If you have any thoughts or theories about what we've discussed, be sure to leave them in the comments below. And if you want to explore more of the MCU, be sure to check out my other video on the top 10 Marvel Easter eggs you might have missed.